Hey guys, it's Alex. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing a little get to know me tag, but also doing it while I get ready with you guys. So I thought this would be super helpful because I'm showing you literally my favorite everyday products, but also like allowing you guys to get to know me better. So I thought it would be super helpful, especially for those of you that have recently subscribed and everything. So I hope that you have a beautiful day or night. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already. It would make me super duper happy. And thank you so much for watching, subscribing, commenting, or any of that. Super thankful for you, and let's get started on with the video. Okay guys, so I'm going to start with a primer for this. So the primer that I've been using has been this Master Prime by Face Studio. It looks like this. I'm going to do a little bit of this Master Prime. The first question that I'm going to answer is, where did you grow up? So I actually grew up in Peru. So if you guys don't know, Peru is a Latin American country. It is in South America. That's where I grew up. I actually grew up right like on the coast by the beach, but that's where I grew up actually for like, I'd say it was like 8 years of my life, and I love Peru. Like, it is the best. Growing up there was like my favorite thing ever. So next, after I primed my face, I'm going to do the Cover FX Natural Finish Foundation. I'm almost out of this. You see that I had to squish this out. I tried another foundation. I believe it's by Estee Lauder. I tried that out in my vlog channel, so if you want to check out my vlog channel, I literally vlog like every single week. I vlog my life and pretty much the things that I do and when I would go with my friends and everything. So it's a lot of like traveling and stuff. So if you like those types of things, then definitely subscribe on there. But I'm using the Sephora brush. This is the Pro Diffuser 64, and I'm just going to be looking over here and applying all this foundation on my face. And next is, where do you currently live? So currently I'm actually in the US. I live in California, and to be honest, I love California. I think it's like definitely where I am meant to be living currently and have been for the past few years. I really love it here. I love just the weather overall. I love the people. Like, I really love my town, like where I live, and I love taking walks around here. Everybody is so kind and nice. Like, I really love it. And yeah, so that's where I currently live. The next question is, how tall are you? I'm actually not very tall. I'm 5'2", and yeah, I don't think that's very tall. Ideally, I would want to be like 5'5", or maybe like 5'6". But then again, I feel like, you know, I'm fun size, I guess you could say. Dogs or cats? I love dogs. I'm obsessed with dogs. You can ask anybody in my friend group, anybody in my family. I'm obsessed with dogs. If I could, I would adopt like 20 dogs. If I had a big backyard and I could, I definitely would. Like, oh my gosh, I love dogs so much. I think cats are really cute. I just like have never, you know, been used to like having cats around and everything. So I think it's just hard for me to get used to that. And also I'm a very like cuddly like kind of pet owner. So like my dog likes to cuddle a lot. He likes to like be with me, literally follow me everywhere. And I feel like cats are more independent. So the next question is, are you or have you gone to college? So if you guys don't know, I actually graduated 2019, which was last year. Crazy. It's gonna be exactly like a year. But I got a BA in design, and I went to UC Davis. Yeah, so I went to UC Davis, and honestly, college was a great experience personally. It had its like, you know, moments where it wasn't very great, but I'd say for the most part it was honestly a great experience. So I did go to college and I graduated already. What is your favorite drink? That's the next question that I see. So my favorite drink has to be water, to be honest. Not very exciting, but I really love water. I could drink water like with anything, and I'm just not very, I think within the last couple years I just kind of stopped. I think more maybe within the last like 5 years, like I kind of just stopped drinking like Coke and stuff. I just was no longer into it, and I just didn't want to drink any like kind of Coke and everything, except like Peruvian Coke. Like there's a drink which I love. I'll drink that like maybe like once every like few years or so. I'm just no longer used to the carbonated drinks, and I'm just used to water, or maybe even like lemonade possibly, but mainly water, to be honest. What is your spirit animal and why? I feel like my spirit animal would be dogs. This kind of shows my obsession with them, but yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, like I feel like it just would be dogs, but I don't know. I would definitely ask like a friend about this because I really don't know. Tea or coffee? So I definitely would say tea. I'm not a huge coffee person. I honestly only drink coffee if I really need to, like actually like need to stay up, which I kind of started drinking a lot of coffee during college, but yeah, right now I just don't drink a lot of coffee, and I just really like tea. I'll drink tea a lot. So the concealer that I just used on my face was by NARS. It looks like this. I don't know the shade. Oh, it's a light 2.6, but this is the Radiant Creamy Concealer. And then now what I'm going to do is use this Laura Mercier powder, which I've had for the longest time. This is the translucent powder, and it looks like this. I'm going to use this elf brush, which has no name, but I think it's faded, but it looks like this. I always use this. I really need to wash my makeup brushes, but I always use this for just powder on my face. The next question is, what sports do you play or have you played? So I actually growing up wasn't very like put into a lot of sports, so I actually didn't do many sports. I remember my mom would try to put me in gymnastics when I was very little. That only lasted like a couple weeks, so not very long. But then after that, I didn't really do sports. I spent a lot of time playing like with my cousins, so, and my school was also very far from where I lived, so I just didn't really play a lot of sports. But growing up more like growing up around like high school or so, I actually started playing, or I guess before high school, I started playing volleyball. I really love playing volleyball. That's probably my favorite sport to play. And then I also got into dance in high school. So I think those are the most like active things that I've really done, to be honest. Okay, so this next one is my bronzer. This is the Park Avenue Princess. This is by Tarte. So I'm going to use that with a brush. I usually use this brush, as you can tell. This is what I use for this. The little things are falling off, so that is telling me that I need new brushes, I guess. But I'm going to be using this. This is from Morphe. I actually have this whole little set of the rose gold collection from Morphe that I've had for quite some time. So this is what comes, this is one of the brushes that comes on this little packet, but I'm going to use that for my bronzer. Do you speak any languages and how well? So since I mentioned how I lived in Peru for quite some time, I speak English, oh sorry, I speak Spanish. I speak Spanish fluently, and I would say my English is pretty fluent, to be honest, at this point. Like, I'm 24. I speak a lot of Spanish every single day, and honestly, I'm super happy that I know both languages because it just makes my life so much easier. So I definitely recommend, like, you know, it doesn't have to be Spanish, but if you ever want to learn a new language, I definitely recommend. Okay, next I'm going to do this Fenty Beauty highlighter. So this is the Girl Next Door and Chic Freak, I believe is how you say it, but it looks like this. It's super pretty, and I love this highlighter so much. It can also be used as a blush, so I've definitely been using it as a blush as well, but I'm gonna use some of this as a highlighter and slash like a blush. Okay, the next question is, do you use PC or Mac? So I actually use a PC for work, but I use a Mac on my day-to-day basis. So I actually, if you haven't seen my Apple collection, I have a lot of like Apple products. So I use a lot of more Mac. It's just for work that I definitely don't use, you know, a Mac. But other than that, on like my own personal stuff, I definitely use Mac for pretty much everything. So next I'm gonna do my mascara. This is the Roller Lash. It looks like this, and I'm gonna use this little thing. I think this is from Revlon, but I'm gonna curl my lashes and add some mascara. Okay, so the next question that I see is, what is your favorite Netflix show? So my current favorite Netflix show, it has to be Money Heist. So it's originally like in Spanish, like the Spanish like the Spain version of Spanish, which for me it was a little bit like different with some words, but I totally still watched it in Spanish. But I believe it's available in all kinds of languages, and I heard that the English version doesn't even like, you can't even tell that it's not a English show. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely recommend that one. That is my favorite, you guys. Like, I can't just like ever forget that show. I can't wait for the next season. I believe there's like 4 parts or 4 seasons by now, but I can't wait for the next one. I'm so excited. And currently, actually, even though this wasn't part of the question, I'm watching Locked Up, and yeah, that's the show that I'm watching right now. What was your dream job as a kid? That is a very good question. So that's the next question. I have changed my mind about what I wanted to be when I grew up so many times as a child. I kid you not. I first started with like, I want to be a vet. I love animals, all this thing, and then I wanted to be a teacher. I would play teacher with my cousins, and I would like be the teacher, and we would set it up like in the room and just like, you know, have tables all over, and I would do little like assignments and stuff with my other cousin. We would be like the teachers. And then after that phase, I wanted to be like a actor. I loved being, oh sorry, I wanted to be a singer, sorry. I would sing so much in my living room. My dad would buy me this mic and these speakers, and I would just sing my heart out to like Shakira and all these songs. But yeah, after that, all those phases, as I grew up, I was like, oh, maybe I should be a doctor, like, you know. And then after that, I was like, maybe I should be like an actor. I love acting. And then I got into modeling, like so many things all over the place. So I don't think I have like maybe a fit one. I guess something that I've always like wanted to in the back of my mind, but never truly like done it fully, I would say, is like acting. I've always been in love with acting. I just feel like it's so cool to be able to play somebody else other than yourself. I don't know, I just think it's so cool. So I guess acting maybe is like something that's always been in the back of my head, so maybe that's what I really wanted as my dream job. But yeah, I think those are all the things that I thought as a child. Okay, so I'm gonna add some of this bronzer as my eyeshadow, just a little bit. But the next question is, have you moved from home? Where to and how was the experience? Moving away from my parents would be considered like college, to be honest. That's the only time that I've actually moved, like, you know, enough for me to like live like not with them or like be able to be super close to them and stuff. Because I moved to Davis and it was definitely a couple hours of a drive. I did take my car and would come and visit home every now and then, but I'd say that's the time that I've really spent the longest away from being with family and just like not living with family. That was definitely the longest. But obviously I'm back, we're here, we're back at home. But I'd say that was definitely the time where I moved. I think the experience at first was a little bit tough just because I'm really close to my family. I wanted something that was not too far from home and not too close because I wanted to experience that college experience. So I'm really glad with the distance that Davis was from my personal like family. So I actually really liked it. I didn't have too many problems. Obviously sometimes I really missed my mom's cooking. I really missed being with my family on weekends sometimes. But I think overall it wasn't a bad experience, to be honest. And it was only 2 years because I was a transfer student, so it wasn't too bad, to be honest. Okay, so before I forget, I'm going to use this Soap & Glory eyebrow pencil thing. It looks like this. So I'm just going to do my eyebrows. It has both sides, like the little brush, and so I'm going to use the little brush first. But the next question is, how many countries have you traveled to? So I've actually not traveled to many countries. I've definitely traveled to Peru and then the US. But I definitely plan to travel to a lot of countries as soon as I am able to, and I'm super excited about it. I love, you guys, I love seeing other cultures and learning other cultures. Like learning about other cultures is just amazing, and I love all of that. So I'm super excited to someday be able to afford like going to travel to as many places outside the US as possible, and yeah, I definitely am excited about that. Okay, next I am going to, I almost put lipstick on, but I'm going to spray this. This is the All Nighter Urban Decay setting spray. The next question is, what is your favorite color? I feel like my favorite color has become purple now. It used to be blue. Now I feel like I'm really into purple. I don't know why. I don't know how that happened, but I'm very into purple at the moment. Not like a bright purple, but a very like kind of lavender purple. That is like currently my favorite. I don't know why, but I love it a lot. I'm gonna line my lips with this Whirl color from MAC. I'm gonna use this to line my lips really quickly. Okay, so the next question that I'm going to answer, which I feel like is going to be the last question since I'm on the last step, it's going to be, you're going out with friends, describe your night. So I guess I could say I like to travel a lot, so if me and my friends are not traveling out somewhere, if it's just like in the area and we're going out, we're probably going out to like a viewpoint, like a nice view of where I live, or going out to a club and going out to dance. I used to do this a lot with my friends. I haven't done this in a while because, you know, quarantine, but we usually do those a lot when it's somebody's birthday. I just love dancing a lot, so I feel like we would definitely be going out to dance for sure. It's got to be like a thing that my friends and I just really enjoy doing a lot. But I think that is all that I have for this look. I think I'm done. It's pretty simple. I didn't do anything crazy. I just let my hair down right now, but my hair has gotten so long. You guys, if you can't tell, it looks super long. I really want to chop it off, but I want to donate it, so I just want to wait until it grows a lot more. But yeah, I hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll talk to you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.